It's alright not to judge one another. After all, we're all sisters and brothers. And we will fly with angels o'er the mountains. Let the ocean wash away my pain and fear.
I think it's really important for all of us to acknowledge where we came from. Quite honestly, we're the sum of our experiences. So whatever past events have transpired that left a bitter taste in your mouth or left you feeling like there was damage done or an unfairness to you, really important to go back to that and get clean with it. Really important to see the value in whatever experience occurred from a positive lens. If we stay small and become victims of a circumstance, we actually give it power to harness our ability to move past it. So it keeps us somewhat shackled. If you make peace with it, you embrace it, and you say, were it not for that experience, I wouldn't be the person I am today. For me personally, in order to make peace with my past, for instance, I was raised in an environment where there was no structure. I was left to feed myself, fend for myself from the age of 8. I had no supervision, and for a variety of reasons, I lived basically in an environment of neglect. As a result, when I had children, it was very important for me to be not only on task with them, but actively involved with them. I made sure we had time for dinner at the table. I made sure that we were involved in conversations so everyone knew what one another was doing and that we weren't strangers just living in a house. So I took my past experience, which could have been a bitter taste in my mouth, and I paid it forward to my present in such a way that I did a service to other people, including myself, in living in a structure that overcame what once was.
It's alright to love without conditions. How many times was that given unto you?
We all have dreams. And we all have naysayers in our lives, and we even have sometimes people that run a circuit on our shoulder that aren't there, the invisible, you'll never be able to, what makes you think you can. What I want you to do is not open the door to doubt with that. Know that it's natural. It's absolutely natural to feel that I can't do this. How, for the grace of God, am I going to create this? It's natural to ask yourself the question and sometimes even wonder, the why and how of it. But don't open the door to doubt. Doubt can be a damaging demon if you let him in. So when you're dreaming big and you begin to play it small, I want you to notice what mechanism shifts for you. Is it the doubt? Is it the naysayer around you? Is it the negative influence of something from the past? Is it actually a person that you need to remove out of the situation or just quiet in the situation? Don't become small when you're trying to dream big. For me, I was told, I had a 7th grade education. I have 2 children in hand. I was told I'd never have a professional career. Welfare would likely be my way of life. There would be nothing more available to me given the fact that I was a 7th grade dropout under 20 with 2 children and 1 in each arm. I didn't accept that. That wasn't okay. And I moved forward. And when someone told me, you can't write, I didn't accept that. That wasn't okay. I got through English as a requirement to get my degree. I did all the things that people once told me I couldn't do because I believed in the dream, the big dream, and I stayed focused on it one step at a time.
It's alright to love a perfect stranger. Tell me, why would that be so wrong?
Be authentic with everyone. If you don't, it's likely to come back and haunt you. It reaffirms who you are every day in every way. For me, I wasn't always comfortable with being open, exposed. I actually hid the darkness of my past from most everyone that shared a professional spotlight with me. I didn't want them to judge me, and I felt that they did not have a right to the information, so I kept it in a closet contained. I kept it contained from my children. I kept it contained from my professional colleagues, even though it mirrored the work I was doing in law enforcement very much so, and was relied upon as an asset. When it did come to light, it came to light in a way that I had no control or anything to say about how it was disseminated, and it literally pulled the rug out from under me. The white picket fence I had achieved with a family that I had sought to, with all the joy and love in my heart, to create, was compromised. It had the potential to damage everything that surrounded me because I didn't live authentic every day in every way, with my past being present.
We will fly with angels on the mountains. Let the ocean wash away my pain and fear.
Celebrate your uniqueness. Like a fingerprint, we're all individual. We're the sum of our experiences, and our experiences are the sum of our exposure to events. So who you are is uniquely different than any other person. I want you not only to get on board with that, I want you to celebrate it. I want you to know that you have value because of it. I began to draw from my experiences an aptitude of empathy and understanding that was fairly superior to many people, because they hadn't seen the places I had seen. They hadn't lived the life I had lived. They could not comprehend how it may be so difficult for somebody to get by or get through, or why they would put themselves in that situation. Surely if the man's beating her, you'll just get up out and walk out the door. Why wouldn't you leave? I lived there. I became a part of that. I became in some cases, prisoner of my own circumstances. And as a result, I have empathy for people that don't know how to get out of tumultuous situations. I also have a great deal of honor for who they are and belief that they can move past these things. For me, who I am today is not only celebrated as unique, but it stands firm because the ridicule of someone else will not define who I am. I stand with the lesson learned and the value gained, which in me is an empathetic person, and I celebrate that.
Tell me, why does everybody trip on everybody's business? Tell me, why does everybody trip on everybody's business?
Prepare for the authentic backlash. What do I mean by that? First of all, let it be said that not everyone is comfortable being open and honest and authentic with who they are. Some people don't see a need to do so, and they find it cumbersome, and why go there? They're really quite content with their masks and their window dressings of who they would like the world to perceive them as. So for those people, prepare to experience them as your largest, biggest, and most vocal critics. Prepare for the authentic backlash. Who does she think she is? Why should she do this? What is she trying to prove? In times when people kept themselves hidden, perhaps they felt that they didn't have a right to be authentic, so why should you? There's going to be a commentary that you're going to have to deal with, and I call it the authentic backlash. There was dismissive remarks about my being, the course of my life, the decisions I had made. I want you to stand firm even when those comments are said either behind the doors in muffled voices or in looks of disdain when encountering you. I want you to stand firm in your power and not let any of the divisive remarks take you down, pull you apart, or compromise who you're working to be. Once you stand firm and you look it in the eye, it will be easier to do this time, the next time, and the time after. Own your power as only you can. Prepare for the authentic backlash and stand firmly in your truth that only you know, because you're the one that was there.
It's alright to take a moment at the sunset. It's like hit and run, a flash of light, you gone.
In conclusion, the 5 points really characterize all the ways that you not only stand firmly but present correctly and reinforce through your own conduct. It's about living powerfully, it's about living fully, and it's about owning it all and owning your name.
Let's bring bring change. Let's lighten up our heart. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. My brothers, my sisters, it's alright. It's alright.